Hi and welcome to my PlayHouse, and today I'm playing around with this Chia farming coin thing again. I made a server to mine Chia on, to plot Chia on, and to have it farming on there. And I put 5 12 terabytes hard drives in there, and that is plenty for now. But it is actually growing in a disturbing rate. So now it's taking up more space than the 7 years of YouTube videos that I've done. So I'm plotting along, and it's still fun. So I thought that I would do some more about it. Plus the videos that I do about it is doing really well. So yeah, we're gonna milk this cow for all that it can take. So today I'm gonna set up a storage server for it that will also be able to plot. I don't know if I'm gonna get that far, but yeah, let's see what my idea is. So this server is running Proxmox, and I have to remember that IP number, 190. It's this awesome Lenovo X3650 Model 5, which is sitting right here, and that one is connected to this storage box down here, the HP D6000, and that 6000, it has a lot of drives here. There are 35 3.5-inch hard drives in this bay. There are a little bit less here because I borrowed some for this server up here, but never mind that. There is plenty of disk space here. These are 10 terabytes, so in this box alone there is 350 terabytes of storage. Plenty. I'm gonna make the storage server so that I don't think I need it to see all the storage right away, but it needs to see some of it, and I want to be able to expand. So the box and the server is already connected. I haven't plugged it in though, or powered it up, but there's an HBA in this server, and the cables are connected to the storage box. But it also has 4 terabyte drives up here, which I thought that I was going to be using for another project. But if this server is also going to be doing Chia plotting, I need some SSDs in here instead of these hard drives. These hard drives are actually, that's the worst hard disk you could put in it, because this is shindled drive, and they would not be good for this at all. And that's a 4 terabyte shindled magnetic drive. Seagate Barracuda hard drive, and there are 4 of those in there. And I need the trays to put in SSDs. I'm gonna be putting in SSDs like this, enterprise SSDs that will do that trick. So I need to go into Proxmox here on my computer and remove this drive here from Proxmox so that I don't mess anything up, so that I can go in and remove the drive. It's probably, there's a RAID controller in there. We need to go and tell the RAID controller that those drives are gone. So yeah, that's the general idea. And I plan to keep Proxmox on here, but on Proxmox there's a Windows 2019 server, and I plan to use Windows storage pools with the drives down here, and put all the drives in a storage pool, and yeah, and use that. And that way I can make a share on the Windows server, and I could probably have this server which is plotting right now. That one, that's the Asus ECS 4000 G2. So that's has been collecting dust here, but not in the way that you think. So yeah, I'm gonna go and visit Proxmox and see if that drive needs to be removed. And I am plotting in here. This is the plotter, or the Asus one that we just saw. There are 2 SSDs in it. One of them is called U. So this SSD is right now doing 4 plots, and there are delayed. So this one is just about finished. It's probably just copying the data. the plot over, and then if we go further down we have the next SSD, and it's also working on 4 plots. One of them is almost done and the next ones are going. Then further down we have S drive. That's the RAM drive. It's just doing 1 plot at a time because otherwise it will run full, and it's not really worth it. It's slow compared to the SSD because it can only do 1 at a time. Every one of them is faster than one on the other one, but as the other one can start and have 4 going at once, it beats this by a long shot. Then we have an NVMe drive, actually 2 NVMe drives that are striped in a 0, and that one is almost done, and the next one is going good, and then it has started a 3rd one. And this is I've had a lot of trouble with this because it's slightly too tiny for 2 plots. So for it to work, it needs to not use all the space at the same time for each plot. So I hope this is gonna go. It's another experiment, so it has a bit to go, and then I'll see if it works out. I think that's about it. Yeah, the other ones are done. And the farming part over here, I am on 193 plots, and I am still very poor. Haven't earned anything or won anything, and it could be 5 months, or it could be more than 5 months, but it estimates that I might win within 5 months. Okay, I managed to get into Proxmox, and yeah, there's a 12 terabyte big drive here, and that's those 4 terabyte drives in there in a RAID 5-ish. And yeah, I'm gonna remove that. I got that deleted, so now I'm gonna be popping in the new drives. These are enterprise drives, and they should be good for a lot of Chia plots without even blinking. There, we need to go into the RAID card configuration to set these up, because yeah, there's a RAID controller in this server to manage the front drives, and then there's an HBA to manage the drives going out, the external drives. So I only told Proxmox that the drives were deleted, so the system also has encountered that it's missing some drives, and yeah, it's missing drive number 11, 9, 10, and 8. Yeah, I kind of know why. So I'm on my way in to the BIOS to configure this, and it's very much not happy with me. You can see that it has found that it's missing some drives, and I can press any key to continue, or I can press C, big C, to go into the configuration utility. So we're gonna do that. Oh, keyboard's not working. This is a bit not user friendly. Right now this is marked, so what you do is you press arrow down to get to here, and then you have to press enter to commit whatever you want to give it, and then you can put in that big C, and then you want to press Y to continue, and you have to press enter again to be able to give it that Y. I can only see Y, complete exit, blah blah blah. Okay, so this is the dashboard for the RAID controller. It's not as fancy as it used to be with mouse. Can I use the other keyboard now? It is kind of weird. I have a keyboard on top of the keyboard here, connected to the front of the server there. This usually works. I'm kind of weirded out, but yeah, let's go check the main menu up here. That's where we go and configure our RAID controller. Okay, so drive management. We should see some drives. We have 2 drives in here. They are already up and running, and then we have our 5 new drives that I've added. So we need to get those up and running. I don't think I need to do anything in here. I believe it's configuration management and create virtual drive. And I need to do a, let's see, what can we pick here? We have RAID 0, RAID 1, RAID 5, RAID 00 or RAID 10. So it's going to be a RAID 0. I'm just going to be adding each drive as a single individual drive. So we go down and we select the drives or drive, and here we can go and mark this one with the space key. That's just the first one. And then I believe we need to go to the bottom, is that correct? Yeah, apply changes, click, and then OK. Let's see, do we need to do anything more? Save configuration. Save configuration. Oh, confirm. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And now we have our first drive. Let's go back and see. Virtual drive management. Yes, the first drive is a RAID 1, the second one is a RAID 0. So I've made one right now. And as this one is a RAID 1, it's a mirrored. So there is two of those drives in a mirror. And then this one is just a single one. So I'm gonna kind of do the same thing with the last four ones. This is boring. So now it looks like this. We have the first RAID 1 and we have 5 RAID 0s. So yeah, good to go. So I just powered up the HP storage box. I was just messing with this at the computer and I kind of, well, I got the feeling that I might be making a mistake having Proxmox on there and then have a virtual machine with storage spaces. So I think I'm gonna take Proxmox out of the game and just have a server 2019. It's gonna be the storage server. That's the main purpose of it, to remove some of the complexity. Yeah, and the reason why I want server 2019 is because of the storage pools, where you can just take all your drives and then you can do different virtual drives on top of that. And yeah, Windows is really good at figuring out and getting you the best performance of that. I know that you can do this in Linux, but you have to do all the work yourself. Here you can take drives of all different sizes, just throw them in a pool, and yeah, Windows will do the rest. So I'm going to be installing server 2019 on this server. So server 2019 has been installed, and there's a lot of missing hardware because this image is really old. So I'm hoping after doing a bit of Windows updating here, it will be able to recognize some more of the hardware. So yeah, I'm gonna let that run. It's probably gonna take an hour or so. Okay, after updating and rebooting, it has a lot less that it doesn't recognize, and this mostly has to do with the graphics card that is in there. I don't know if this PCI device, but it probably is. So we're not gonna bother with a graphics card. This is gonna be a storage server. By the way, it's the AMD RX 480 there is in there. So we're gonna never mind. And then I have installed Mega RAID Storage Manager, which is used for the LSI cards. And we are looking at this controller. This one is the controller for the internal drives. You can just see that has drives attached to it. It sees 7 drives, but it's not the one that we're gonna be messing with. This is the one. I'm gonna go around the back and I'm gonna plug that in, and we're gonna see if a lot of drives pop up. Okay, so it's popped in. Yeah, suddenly drives are appearing. Let's see, 63 of them. There should be 65, but I guess 63 is close enough. Let's see the logical drives. Okay, when we are looking at logical drives, it also sees all the other drives. So here is the disk enclosures. There's a whole lot of 10 terabytes there. If we go further down, oh, sorry, that's a whole lot of 12 terabytes, and further down there is a whole lot of 10 terabytes. So I think we're just going to be messing with the 10 terabytes to start with. I have this weird error. This storage box has never been able to see number 30 on the first disk enclosure, and I have no idea why. And the same thing is true for the 12 terabyte. Number 30 is just missing. My experience is that Windows sees it just fine, but this software not so much. So I think we're all good. There is the amount of drives that I was hoping for. So here we are in the server manager, and this is file and storage services, and this is where you set up your storage pools. I am running on the evaluation version of Server 2019. I've just installed it. I can do that for 180 days, and then I can rearm it, I think 6 times. So yeah, that's good for the next 3 years ish. So let's go to storage. We're just gonna set this up. I have done this multiple times. Storage pools. So we're gonna create a new pool. I think we just right click here, new storage pool, check. Before you begin, okay, let's continue with that. There. And we're gonna call this is gonna be the new mega store. Doesn't really matter, you know. Next, and we're gonna select some of these 10 terabyte drives. To start with, I'm gonna select 5 drives and put those in a pool. When I run out of space on those 5 10 terabyte drives, I can add drives one at a time. That means that the drives are not gonna be in use. I don't know if they're gonna be spinning, but they're not gonna be in use. Next, it says that it's gonna be 10 terabyte. I think it's wrong about that. Yeah, it figured out that they're considerably bigger than what we had. So Megastore has been created. Then we need to create a virtual disk on top of our Megastore. Click the wizard down here, and we select. We're going to be creating a disk, a virtual disk on our Megastore. Yes, sir. And we press to continue. Don't show this again. Blah 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 blah. And we're gonna call our, let's call it Mega Drive. It's good enough. Here we can select what security we want for our drive, and we want so next. Then we can select if we want it to work as thin or thick. So we're gonna select thin. So we can make it a lot bigger than it actually is. So let's go next. We're gonna switch to terabyte right away. We're just gonna make it 40 terabyte to start with, but it can be expanded. Nah, let's make it bigger. Let's make it 100 terabyte. Over provisioned 100 terabyte. There. Create. Failed. Okay, so finally managed to get a Mega Drive created here, and it's only 100 gigabytes big. But to get it to use this parity mode here and fixed, I had to go out and use Windows PowerShell, and I found some nice help online with some commands that should be able to do this. First, you checked the different drives in the pool, and then all the red stuff is me not being able to type. This command, I've written it twice, but this long string of things here will create that pool. I've changed the name and the size of it, and it actually did create it. So now I can grow it to a size that matters. This tiny mirror that I made, I thought that maybe if I made one drive, it would do mirroring, no problem, but it just wouldn't do the parity. So this one we can probably get rid of now. We can just delete that virtual drive. Yes, there. And then we can probably extend virtual drive there. Specify size. Let's try 20 terabytes and see if it will approve that. Oh no! Oh! Oh, but it did it anyway. Weird. Let's try and refresh. It says 20 terabytes. Well, we have to make a virtual volume on top of the disk. Now we have taken our physical disks, put them in a pool, and from that pool made a virtual disk, and now we are gonna make a virtual volume on top of our virtual disk. New volume. Next. Do we have something with 20 terabytes? I did not see it. Okay, our 20 terabyte drive is here on the drives. So it says that it's offline, so we can right click and try and bring it online, see if that will do it for us. Used by another service. Oh, it went online. Didn't make any difference here. So new volume. Make a new volume on our 20 terabyte right here. That's the server, that's the volume. Next. Okay, we're gonna just use all the space. Drive letter M as in mega. Next, mega volume. I'm very inventive with my naming, I know. Thank you very much for noticing. Cool, that's created. Close. And let's just go check. I know it's, yeah, there it is. New mega store, mega volume. 20 terabytes isn't that much. We already have 20 terabytes of plots to put on here, almost. So we might as well go and expand this right away, see if we can do that. So let's go to our storage pool and let's see if we can expand our virtual drive even more. Can we go to max size? Okay, there is only, it's because it is set up to use 2 parity drives, so it 5 drives, it takes quite a bit away from that. So we can go up to 22.7 terabytes fixed. So what we need to do is we need to add another drive to our mega pool up here. That is rather easy. We right click up here and add physical drive there, and we just pick another 10 terabyte drive and add it. Number 29 here. Let's pick that one and add that to our pool. So that went in here, and now we should be able to go over here to our virtual disk, right click on that and extend that. And we should see that now we get more space available. And that wasn't a whole lot. I was really expecting more than that. Yeah, it knows up here how much space we can extend with. So I think we need to do a bit of a refresh here. There. Let's try this one again. See if we can go up to 30. That would be nice. No. Okay. That is weird as heck. Okay, we're just gonna take maximum, and it did that, and the size went down ever so slightly. Yeah, that is rather weird. Well, I'm sure I'm gonna be able to figure this out at some point. Why it's not. Well, you can see there is 54.6 terabytes capacity. Of course, 2 drives goes off for the security, and then there are 7.36 terabytes that it right now does not want to give me. But we can expand with the stuff that we have already been given. So we have our volume here. Now we have increased the size of the disk. Now we have to increase the size of the volume as well. So extend volume there, and we can extend it to 23.6. Let's try that. Danish keyboard dot expanded. Cool. So as usual, I ran into more problems that I had anticipated. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. It took way longer than it was supposed to. If anyone knows why it stops at those 23.6 terabytes, please do let me know in the comments below. That would be very nice if anyone else knows that. I am gonna go Google it, but yeah, but it is rather weird. I am also going to try and see if I can fit this graphics card in the server at some point. Right now there is the AMD RX 480 in there, and this one is an NVIDIA 1070 Ti. GTX 1070 Ti. Yeah. That GPU should physically fit in that server, and it's kind of the only server that I think it will fit in. And in the meanwhile, I can see that my NVMe drive in the server, that has messed up, so that didn't work either. Back to the drawing board with the NVMe drive. I'm probably just gonna give up on that. But thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.